Hello, folks. This is Bob Safel. I want to thank you for attending our webinar tonight. Things are really going to be speeding up over the next few weeks, as you will now learn from X, as news that's coming up, in addition to a lot of very exciting news regarding CloudCoin, RaidaTech, detection agents, and digital frontier marketing. A landslide of very hot developments are about to start, and I'll get a little bit into that tonight. Before we get started, I do want to make sure y'all can hear me clearly. That's always a good thing. So first thing I want to do is, if you can, a lot of you veterans here, you know what I need you to do. If you hear me clearly, click that little hand button on the upper right hand corner of your screen. There's a little hand. I just want to make sure you can hear me clearly. Okay, let me see a few more hands, toggle on. Very good. Okay, so away we go. Now, just as a reminder, we really try to do two things, and I'm going to be kind of going back and forth with kind of some basic information about cryptocurrency and then advanced information, and I'm going to try to do that, believe it or not, in the same webinars. And the reason for that is, and we'll go into this a little bit more later, a huge new influx of new Digital Frontier News webinar participants are about to start flooding in. And I'm going to tell you why that's about to happen. I've kind of alluded to it in the last couple weeks, but I'm going to be more specific on what's about to occur here. But we're going to see a very fast increase in the number of people attending the webinar. So some people will be kind of newer. I mean, a lot of you here in the webinar have talked about some pretty advanced advanced information regarding cryptocurrencies and digital currencies, a lot of, yada yada. So I am going to try to balance it, and I hope you don't mind. And you never know, maybe I talk about some more basic stuff. It may refresh some of you veterans, but at any rate, that's going to be happening. So we talk about technology here, technology trends, okay, and that involves the coins themselves, whether it's digital or blockchain. It involves how those coins and tokens are traded via exchanges, and we talk about storage systems, whether they're software wallets, hardware wallets, or something you're going to continue to hear more and more of are these custodial services, kind of another term for like the Fort Knox of cryptocurrencies. So you're going to hear that term over and over again, custodial services. And that's going to be coming, more and more into the lexicon of the cryptocurrency and digital currency world. Now, I also talk about trends, business trends, regulatory trends, entertainment trends, and I will be talking about that tonight when I talk about what I believe and have researched to be the 3 hottest cryptocurrencies over the last 90 days. And I think you're going to be very surprised. Well, maybe not with one currency or token, but certainly the 2 others. That's for sure. So we talk about technology trends. We talk about business trends. We talk about regulatory trends. And I try to take you out, 7 days, 30 days, and then 90 days. Because frankly, if you're talking about trends a year from now, I don't even know how somebody could, really realistically predict a trend that's going to be biting and continuing off for a year. Things are, changing so quickly. So without further ado, I want to go into our first section of our webinar, which is all about current news. And the first piece of news is very interesting. Yes. I've been telling everybody that the investor class or the fund manager class or the hedge manager class, this group of money people, have been quietly accumulating cryptocurrencies and tokens. Oh, they've had their little minions in the press bashing, bashing crypto, bashing Bitcoin, scaring people away from accumulating a lot of the currencies themselves. But, as, Warren Buffett, I showed you the quote last week, and essentially I'm going to paraphrase. Warren Buffett always looks for industries where people are running away from the industries because he knows that inside of that industry are some real diamonds. And he doesn't jump into industries where everybody's running toward, like, a million lemmings, okay, falling off a cliff. That's not what Warren does. Warren goes in when people are running away. And he's arguably the world's best current and past investor of all time. So I think I'd listen to that cat. And what I've been saying is there's going to be a point in time when all of a sudden all of the rich, the fat cats have been accumulating enough currency where they're going to have to start the run-up, the hockey stick. And what you have to do is watch the money. So here we are. We've got this J.P. Morgan strategist, okay, who has come out to say Bitcoin could experience a resurgence of interest in Wall Street. Oh yeah, you got to understand, people who are analysts, strategists, folks that are paid to develop an opinion about financial matters. These guys don't do things rashly. It's very, very controlled. They don't say things unless they really know what's going to happen. They don't want to screw up their reputation because they get paid to be right. So when you have a J.P. Morgan guy saying out loud, well, Bitcoin could experience a resurgence of interest in Wall Street. Folks, oh, this is so predictable. It's now what we've got to watch is we've got to start watching what's going to be happening and what people are going to be saying over the next 30 to 60 days. We got to watch these analysts. We got to watch what they're saying. If I start hearing by next week, if we hit our webinar again next week, and I find another couple of these analysts or these strategists or these advisors kind of say, oh, Bitcoin's may do well. So they kind of mumble. It's kind of interesting. Folks, the hockey stick is going to happen. And when they start whispering this more and more and more, you'll start seeing a run-up. And I just want you to be, and this is not some small firm here. We're talking about J.P. Morgan, This isn't, Bobby and Sons in Dunedin, Florida, investment group. Okay, this is not some small outfit here. So just bear in mind that kind of news. Here's the second very interesting thing. Look at this. U.S. crypto exchange Coinbase launches PayPal withdrawal support for its EU users. Well, first of all, why in the heck aren't they doing that in the United States? That's my first question out of the gate. Is why are they starting in the European Union to make, Coinbase users be able to make fiat withdrawals from their exchange in through PayPal. So maybe that's just a gripe. And that may be burying the lead, but hey, now all of a sudden PayPal, all of a sudden they're getting friendly with cryptocurrency. You catch my drift here? Yeah, listen, these guys, all these guys, when you're talking about these major companies in the financial world, they know what's coming next. And when the little bell rings, and all of a sudden more and more trading starts, and suddenly it's not billions of dollars of cryptocurrency transactions, but it rolls into tens of billions, hundreds of billions, right back into the trillion word. Folks, just too many fees for these guys not to know exactly what's going to happen. Because remember, PayPal essentially takes a 2 to 3% rip, and sometimes more, right off the top of any transaction. And the heck if they're going to be left out in the cold when, as I said, when the dinner bell rings, okay? They're going to be there. And I just want you to think with that when, you start seeing these pieces of news, it may make you more comfortable with getting more involved again in the cryptocurrency and digital currency world. You gotta very coldly and kind of in a brutally honest way evaluate what's going on, but don't invalidate what you know. If you see analysts and strategists and advisors in the big Wall Street firms whispering and saying out loud, "Oh, I think that Bitcoin could do well very soon," or all of a sudden PayPal is, gee, you guys that we were pissing off and involved in the cryptocurrency world, I think we're going to go ahead and start handling transactions or handling money related to cryptocurrency transactions. All of a sudden PayPal has a little change of mind, okay? So that's very, very significant. And I want you to really lock into that. This is the type of news you really got to look at. It's follow the money. Follow the money. Follow the money. Okay? That's what you do. All right. So let's move on to the big topic of tonight, which involves 3 very hot cryptocurrencies. Okay. And by the way, I probably will be featuring the founder of a company that I had brought in before that was developing intelligence in artificial intelligence software that could follow and track and predict with very good accuracy what was happening with the cryptocurrencies. Now, at the time I brought him in last year, they were tracking, I believe, 3 different currencies. Bitcoin obviously being one of them. I believe Ethereum was another, and I think either Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin was another. Okay. Now I'm going to reveal the name because some of you may not even remember, but I'm going to see if I can invite this gentleman, who I will re-announce in my newsletter over the next couple days. Well, I'll tell you, it is Lane Mendelsohn. They have now opened up just recently their artificial intelligence platform. They have added 40 new coins. 40. So I'm not going to tip my hand on, where am I getting information from, but let me just say that this platform now has added 40 new coins. And if you remember what they do, they actually they track hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of variables that all are have a certain level of causation in the price of anything. So their artificial intelligence platform tracks hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of factors related to the buying and the selling of various cryptocurrencies, and they have now added 40 more because it takes them years to basically track all of these variables, because they will not put a coin on to their platform. They do stocks, they do bonds. That's what they've been doing for 30 years. They added cryptocurrency last year, and I told you that they will be tracking quite a few coins and would start adding, and they just have. So I mentioned that because I'm going to talk about 3 very specific currencies, and the first one is Binance Coin. Okay, now this is a track. This is a 30-day track, and Binance Coin is related to Binance. That's the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. Okay, and Binance has been a very stable coin because it's connected in large part to the relative growth of activity on the exchange Binance. Okay, so Binance Coin is connected with Binance, the exchange. Okay, so let's figure this out here. Binance is the largest exchange, in the world. Okay, and in fact, in here it says second largest, but I think it's past. That's now largest. That's the most recent thing. But basically, Binance has 6 billion in assets traded. Okay, on an average 7-day period. So they have 6 billion in assets traded on the average 7-day period. That's in 2017. Like I said, this is a little old, this description, but the point is Binance is now number 1. They're probably trading somewhere around 20-25 billion a 7-day period. But Binance Coin, the Binance Coin is BNB, and it's used on the Binance exchange. And the value of the BNB has risen with the growth of the exchange. So you just have to kind of think to yourself, okay, if Binance now, 2017 was the second largest, now it's the largest. If that coin has kind of tracked in terms of value the relative size of activity on Binance, now ask yourself the obvious question. The coin kind of tracks growth and activity, and we're seeing a 10% growth in the people involved with cryptocurrency every 3 months, and that's at a steady rise. And when things starts going crazy, like when Wall Street goes, hey, everybody should invest in Bitcoin, guess what? There's going to be a landslide of people coming into this world. So Binance Coin, directly related and connected with Binance, and all I can say is its track has tracked with the activity of Binance. So that's a pretty interesting one. And in the last, 30 days, it's up 16%. So when all the other currencies has stayed flat or gone down a bit, Binance in the last 30 days has gone up 16%. What's our second of 3 currencies? It is Theta token. Theta token. So what does Theta token do? Well, Theta token is the next generation of video delivery powered by you. Now, what the heck does that mean? Well, I think we can all agree that video gets bigger and bigger and bigger every single day. I think we can all agree, and I think about a month and a half ago, streaming TV surpassed traditional TV in terms of the number of shows and content. So streaming TV is now bigger than traditional television. Well, that means there's a heck of a lot of video going on, right? And there's more and more people getting their little Apple phones. More and more people across the world getting their little Apple phones or their little, Samsung phones, and they all stream, right? You're watching your stuff on your app. You're watching TV on your phone. Heck, I see millennials. They don't even know what a doggone TV in the living room is. The Gen X guys or Gen Z. They don't know what TVs are. They're watching their laptop. They're watching their handheld device, and the streaming is happening. That's where streaming is coming from. So there's a problem with streaming. There isn't enough infrastructure in kind of the traditional streaming companies. YouTube can only buy so much pipe. YouTube can only set aside so much, resource before they can't even handle it. That's why you see still a lot of, it's called last mile lag. The last mile. Like video, streaming videos flying around fast as light inside of the infrastructure. But when it comes to the delivery of the last mile, where it's jumping off these huge networks over to a handheld device or in a home, there's a big, big bottleneck in many places. You might not experience yourself here in the United States because guess what? We're like pretty advanced here, right? We're pretty advanced in the United States. But in the other, 90% of planet Earth, they don't got that. So they can't watch in a efficient way streaming. So what is Theta Network? They access essentially you could best describe it as they access unused server or network space at the individual level. That's what they do. So they're basically accessing unused storage and storage capacity. So that's what they do. And their token rides on this. Okay. Now what's interesting is Theta has a pretty interesting team of people. Okay, let's take a look at their advisory group. Well, their advisory group is headed by Steve Chen. Oh, Steve Chen? You probably haven't heard of him before, right? He's the co-founder of YouTube. So if there's anybody on planet Earth who knows a little bit about streaming video, it's that guy, right? Well, another guy that's an advisor here is Sam Wick. Now, if you're not into the celebrity world, you probably don't know who he is, but he's one of the top guys at United Talent Agency. Well, why is that important? Because United Talent Agency reps lots of the stars that are on these streaming video, TV shows, movies. You see what I'm saying? So Sam Wick's involved. They also have the co-founder of Twitch, Justin Kan. I mean, you're talking to some powerhouses here, folks. These are big, big folks. They have Kyle Akamoto. What is he? He's the chief network officer at Verizon Digital Media. Okay? These are all the cats that have the issue with the last mile. So they're involved with this company called Theta. What can I say? Theta token. So that's a pretty good little operation. And their token just in the last 30 days has gone up 33%. And what's really cool is the tokens only cost 6 cents a piece. So, people can accumulate that and not, break the bank accumulating it. And, it's pretty interesting. It's kind of like you got to look at once again, I kind of talk about this all the time. What does the token or the currency solve? What problem does it solve? And if it solves a substantial problem, it's probably a pretty good thing to look at. So you got to look at what the thing solves. If it solves a real problem, it's something to look into. If the story sounds right, it's probably something to look into. If the price is really right, like 6 cents a token, Well, it's not like you're breaking the bank to jump into a little bit of this stuff, right? And if it's growing at 33%, while everything else is either staying the exact same or going down slightly, wow, they have a pretty good story. So that's the second one. Now here's the third one. Now folks, we're going to get really technical in this one. But let's start out with the fact that guess what? This sucker has grown 50% in the last 30 days. 50%, while everything's staying even or going down. Quant has gone up 50%. So what does quant do? Okay. Well, quant, and I'm gonna hopefully I don't lose everybody here, but quant is a blockchain operating system. Microsoft got pretty rich becoming in the operating system on virtually every computer, right? Right? Anybody who invested in Microsoft a long time ago, when it was the operating system, and nobody knew what the heck that meant. What's an operating system? Well, that's the thing that makes a computer work. Okay. Well, quant is a blockchain operating system, which basically allows you to it allows data to run back and forth over multiple types of blockchains. Okay. So basically, quant removes the barriers that prohibit communication across multiple blockchains. So if you have all these different blockchains, and here's this master technology that can allow communication to go from one chain to the next chain to the next chain to the next chain, holy smokes, you have a tremendous resource for data. And, I think we've all kind of figured out he who has the most data can make the best decisions. And you have more and more computing power, the more data you can access from as many places as possible, you can make better and better decisions. Does that make sense? So if you have a technology that basically sits across hundreds, even thousands of blockchains, and there's, we're talking, there's blockchains for energy management, there's blockchains for, traveling, there's blockchains for currencies. I mean, there's lots of blockchains that basically address different things. Well, here we got a situation where we got a blockchain operating system that basically can connect the data from one blockchain to the next. Okay, so I hope that didn't completely make everybody fall asleep. So if you want to learn more about it, you go to Quant. You actually, it's and when I send out the recording of this briefing tonight, I will have all of the links that I'm talking about, so you can review those. So these are three different, pretty smart or pretty interesting token or cryptocurrency plays. And I'm not an investment advisor. Okay, get that straight. I'm not telling you to run out and buy this stuff. I'm just telling you that this is my viewpoint. This is what I think. And I've tried to give you some information about these things. And I keep on saying over and over again, you got to look behind. If you're going to take a look at different cryptocurrencies, different tokens, you got to look at the underlying problems or fundamentals behind these different cryptos. Okay, so that is what I got for you today in terms of the top three most exciting cryptocurrencies or tokens over the last 90 days. So I think you should like that. Okay, now I want to give some very interesting news regarding some developments. And I think that many of you on this briefing right now probably have purchased crypto, cloud coin probably. I think many of you may be involved in some way, shape, or form with RaidaTech, whether you're an investor in RaidaTech or whether you're a detection agent, someone who's now received your. I'm going to go into that in a second. Or if you've been involved with digital frontier marketing, there have been some very, very big things happening. And the first thing I want to talk about for detection agents is the first round of coins were distributed. So founding people who became detection agents, who are either silver, gold, or platinum, you get coins every month. I think maybe they are doing it quarterly. They're paying maybe 90 days in advance of either 30 or 90. But the first pile of coins went out or are going out. But I think they all went out. Could be wrong, but I think they all went out. And remember, as we take on more and more clients that are using the RaidaTech platforms, people are going to be paying in cash, coins, and the detection agents are getting distributions based on that. Now, a number of the units have now gone out, and people actually have them in their locations, whether they're office or homes. I think they sent out several just a field test, and I think that's done. In fact, I know it's done. And now all of the first round of detection agent units are all. I think the assembly is finishing. They're packing these babies up, and they all fly out the door. I think all of them, I believe, are going out next week. So if you're a founding detection agent member, guess what? You're going to see that beautiful. It's really cool how they package these things, and I call it the little red box. So that's happening. Now, why is that important? Well, RaidaTech and Raida in general is the platform that CloudCoin runs on and that RaidaTech products and services run on. They run, well, the RaidaTech services run on the RaidaTech platform, which is built up with these detection agents. And there's a series of products that are in the middle of development, one of which is going to be shipped to me, I think, tonight. And it's the first RaidaTech product that can be used on physical collectibles, okay, like baseball bats, purses, pictures, prints. So the very first one are being shipped to me. And this is huge because when you have the RaidaTech collectible protection system, guess what? There's a whole lot of collectors and people who sell baseball cards and companies that are involved in collectibles that want to protect their collectibles with some type of anti-counterfeit technology. And this is baseball trading companies, this is agents, this is celebrities. A lot of people sell footballs, baseballs, basketballs, dresses, posters. And if finally, there's something that can actually verify the authenticity of $470 billion worth of products that's sold every year. Forbes magazine came out and said they had calculated $470 billion of collectibles and memorabilia are sold every year. And fraud is the single biggest problem. If there's a technology that can prevent fraud on what could be tens of billions of dollars, that's pretty good. So Sean has told me I think he's shipping me out that tonight so I can actually see it, which I'm pretty excited about. Now you have to have the RaidaTech detection agent system to be able to handle all that activity. Because the RaidaTech technology, let me tell you this, RaidaTech technology basically can handle 160,000 transactions per second. That's really doggone fast, folks. 160,000 transactions per second. Okay, that's 23,000 times faster than blockchain. Okay, pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And RaidaTech is 41,000 times more energy efficient than blockchain. That's pretty good. So as blockchain solutions start rolling out to these baseball card companies, talent agencies. Right now, there's a huge distributor in India that's now signed an agreement with RaidaTech, and he's now working with a lot of high-end products that need protection. Okay, so the other thing that's happening that's really huge is that I believe tonight they literally turned on this advanced developing group that is building a gigantic database of people interested in cryptocurrencies and digital currencies. You can't promote digital currencies, you can't promote cryptocurrencies on Facebook, you can't promote it on Google, you can't promote it on LinkedIn, you can't promote it on Instagram. They have a embargo on every. So how in the heck do you promote and build a database of subscribers that are interested in cryptocurrencies? Well, we got the guys who know how to do it, because they have inside development resources in Instagram, and they're able to pull all this data on who's interested in cryptocurrencies, and they're able to match that with email addresses and then develop a whole huge, they have a platform that can start mailing out to these people what's called essentially a permission pass, saying, listen, we have this information about cryptocurrencies, would you like us to send it to you? It's called a permission pass, essentially. Well, we're doing that now. So that list, which is going to be built at a rate, we're hoping of somewhere around 10,000 new subscribers every 2 weeks, to just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, why is that important? Why is it important to have 10,000, 100,000, 150,000 people interested in cryptocurrencies and digital currency solutions? Because those are the guys going to want to buy RaidaTech services. They're the ones that we can promote and talk about what CloudCoin is all about. Not selling it, but hey, listen, learn about this crazy great coin called CloudCoin. Here's all the things it does. Here are the applications. Now, what do you think those people are going to do? They're going to get on Google and search for this thing, right? Because a lot of those people are interested in cryptocurrencies. So that database getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger will make it easier and easier and easier for us to sell Raida data, Raida chat, Celebrium, Raida physical Celebrium. That's what this is all about. And in addition, for the digital frontier marketing investors, that database, as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and as the Raida technology becomes more and more attractive to companies that are already involved with digital currency, all of a sudden we're going to have a whole series of new customers who are interested in what we can do to help these cryptocurrency companies who maybe blockchain isn't working too well for them. Maybe they want to look at other solutions like RaidaTech. If they're seeing this thing called CloudCoin doing so well, they're going to want to go, what the heck? Why is this thing going so well? Why is that going up? Why is there interested in that? Well, because CloudCoin is using this technology called RaidaTech, which basically uses virtually no energy, has a transaction speed that's 23,000 times faster than blockchain. Maybe we want to get involved with that. Particularly if we have the database that is getting bigger every week, every 2 weeks by 10, 20,000 subscribers. Who, when those companies then have solutions that they can offer, they can hire digital frontier marketing to promote their products or their tokens or their currencies through to our database of subscribers. That's why when I talk about the building of this massive database, this is pretty doggone important. And that's why it's so important for us to have enough RaidaTech detection agents so we can handle all these transactions. Because right now, we know we can handle, when all those detection agent units get out there, about 160,000 transactions per second. Well, I hope we blow right past that. I hope so. We should. So for detection agents, you start to begin to see the strategy. You know, you got to have products that run on the RaidaTech platform. You got to have the RaidaTech detection agents with each of their units in different locations, so it's decentralized all over the world, so no one or no country or no entity can stop what we're doing. Decentralized. That's the whole point. If you're a client of Digital Frontier Marketing, you want to be able to promote what you're doing to a base or a large group of interested people. So that subscriber base is very, 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 very important. And I will continue to give everybody updates on what we're doing. Okay? Now, several things are about to happen. First of all, we stopped selling, or I should say stop adding detection agents, founding detection agents, until we were able to distribute out the first number of coins and we start, being able to get these units out. And since we're going to have, it's my understanding, I talked to Sean today and yesterday, all the units for the original detection agents who are founding members, since they're going out, we have now opened up again the detection agent availability. We still have just a few founding member positions. Okay, we stopped until we could start seeing all those units go out. So if you are interested, make sure you let me know. I'll be telling people about that, making that announcement tomorrow. In addition, we're sending out a very important notice to RaidaTech investors. So if you are a RaidaTech investor and you see an email come out saying RaidaTech investor notice, it's very important that you open up and review that. Okay, so that's important. So all in all, our strategy has been rolling out nicely. When these subscribers come online, the first thing that's promoted to them, these new people, this new database, first thing they learn about is the crypto quiz that we have, that really cool crypto quiz. And they do the quiz, and that gives us an idea what their knowledge base is, so we can, put them in the right spot. And that's why I'm saying you'll start seeing our webinars expanding with more and more people, as people from this huge, big subscriber base, it gets bigger every week, when they start taking the crypto quiz, so we know what they should learn first. Okay? So watch for that. And if you've never seen the crypto quiz, by the way, just email us, bob@digitalcurrencygrowth.com. I'll send you the link to the crypto quiz. It's fantastic, by the way. So that is what the first thing all these new subscribers are going to be seeing is the crypto quiz, because that tells them, where they're at. And they start learning about things like Celebrium and CloudCoin and all those good things. So without further ado, let's do our big drawing. Now, one thing real quick. We had stopped giving coins. I think we're doing 5 coins, either 5 or 10 coins when you attended. We stopped that a couple months back. We weren't promoting that anymore, but we are now doing it again. So when you attend the briefings, when you attend live these briefings, we will be sending out 10 cloud coins every time you come to the attendees only. And as I said, I keep on saying, way back when, back in 2008, somebody bought I think it was a pizza or 2 pizzas with 20,000 bitcoins. 20,000 bitcoins was used to buy. That was the first transaction. 20,000 bitcoins was used to buy 2 pizzas. Okay? So that means those bitcoins were worth, fractions of a penny. So when you're collecting your 10 cloud coins today, and in 10 years from now, let's see what happens with those cloud coins. And you may be pretty happy that you attended this. And why don't you invite other people too? And in addition, we have 5 winners of our drawing now at the end of the week, which you're going to do right this moment. We're going to random. This is what I use, random.org. This is like a drawing site that allows us to draw. And we have a big crowd tonight, and I'm going to be picking 5 people a week. Okay, 5 people a week, and each person wins 1,000 cloud coins. So here we go. First winner, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, it's attendee number 41. Attendee number 41. The next one, let's do it again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Attendee number 92 has just won 1,000 cloud coins. And just think about those pizzas that were purchased for 20,000 Bitcoins in 2008. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, attendee number 66. Last week, believe it or not, we had the same person get drawn twice. It's unbelievable. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. Attendee number 38 has won 1,000 cloud coins. Let's do it again one more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Attendee 90 has won 1,000 cloud coins. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed this briefing. Remember, if you're a RaidaTech investor, you see a notice coming out tomorrow. It may even send out tonight. Please read it. Please read it and respond back. Also, we will be sending an announcement out regarding the resumption of RaidaTech Detection Agent founder positions that will start again. We do have some left. So if you have been interested in the past, respond, because we had stopped that for a number of weeks while we made sure we had the first group of our little red boxes built, and they're going out, and they should all be out by tomorrow. Or, excuse me, next week, by late next week. Thank you very much for attending our briefing. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.